Alrighty, YouTube, what's up? Ryan is here with another video. I wanted to do something a little different today. I wanted to talk about Mickey Mantle, and not in the sense of him as a ball player, but I wanted to talk about Mickey Mantle signatures, and I wanted to talk about forgeries. I wanted to talk about a handful of different things. I had made a video when I first kind of got back onto YouTube, which is, I don't know, a month and a half now. Maybe we're approaching 2 months, I think. And I said that I was going to make a video on Mantle forgeries or just forgeries in general. So here is this video. So stay with me here because I've learned a lot over the past 15 years of serious collecting. And I want to share some of what I've learned with you. Now, this is my opinion. This is not fact per se, but I have gotten a pretty good eye for certain things, and this might be helpful to some of you. I don't know. So at any rate, I want to show you guys a few things first, okay? I want to go through, I want to start here. I want you to take a look at that. That's Ted Williams and Mickey Mantle right there, okay? This is Mickey Mantle. I want you to take a look at that signature. Okay. I want you to take a look at that Mickey Mantle right there. And I want you to take a look at this Mickey Mantle right here. I want you to, you can stare at this one, okay? So out of the ones that I've showed you, I want you to think to yourselves which one is real, okay? And I will tell you that out of those four that I showed you, only one is real, okay? So if you said this one is real, you were wrong. If you said this one is real, you are wrong. And if you said this one was real, you are wrong as well. But if you said this one was real, then you are 100% correct. Okay? Now, how on earth could you tell that just from being your average collector, okay? And the reason why I now can tell the difference is because I was duped back in the day as well. And if you want to look at this photo here, this is a 100% gorgeous, authentic Mickey Mantle signature. And yes, it has the PSA logo on the bottom, which we can talk about later. But just in general, looking at that signature without a logo on it, I could look at that and tell you that Mickey Mantle hand signed that. So the big thing that's going on right now is that there are still a lot of, I'm going to use the word bullshit people, especially coming from down in Florida, who are using these bogus certificates of authenticity, which we'll talk about here in a second, and are basically doing the whole operation bullpen all over again. And they're forging pretty much anything you can think of, specifically the big three, Mickey Mantle, Ted Williams, and Joe DiMaggio. They're putting this crap on eBay. They are selling it for low prices, so people think they're getting a good deal. And they are consistently changing their usernames or using several different eBay names to rotate through so you don't think it's the same people. So, oh man, I'm hitting the camera. So let's just go over ahead and I want to just point out two different certificates of authenticity here, okay? And if you find this information helpful, I want you to share this with everybody because I don't want people to get duped, and I think it's ridiculous that this crap is out there, and I feel bad for people who are buying it. You know, dads are buying this stuff for their sons, wives are buying this stuff for their husbands, so forth and so on, and they're getting ripped off, and it's complete and utter bullshit. Heroes of the game. What a joke. This is about the most useless certificate of authenticity I have ever seen. Okay, heroes of the game. Take a look at those guys. You ever get something from them? That's exactly what you want to do with it. Showtime. These guys are lovely. All right. This is another piece of crap authenticity. And if you look at the sellers, they have this whole little blog at the bottom of their page talking about forensic science and all that kind of BS. Well, I can tell you that this is BS. I would bet anything in my collection, okay? I'd put up my Babe Ruth ball, my Ty Cobb ball, my Walter Johnson ball, and my Cy Young baseball all in one. And if anything that they authenticated that had Mickey Mantle's signature on it came back authentic by PSA or JSA, all right, then I would give it all to you because it will not pass. This is bullshit. So you can take this one if you have one of these, and you can throw this away along with whatever you bought from them. So next, another one of my favorites, okay? These guys right here, GFA. Okay, now these guys have been around for a while. And the gentleman's name down here, okay? You can read it, Stephen Rocky. Yeah, he's another real classy individual. He was passing Mickey Mantle signatures just because he got paid off. All right, so this is another pretty much bogus authenticity that if you have anything from GFA, which back in the day I did, and I resubmitted it to PSA. Luckily, some of it passed. This is another one you really want to be careful for. Now, I'm not going to say that everything that they've authenticated is fake. There were instances where they were passing legit memorabilia, but a lot of times they slipped and they were paid off. And this company right here was letting a lot of things pass that shouldn't. So I'm not necessarily going to tear this one up. I would put a big question mark on this one, fold it up, and resubmit it to PSA DNA. So here's the next thing. PSA, DNA, JSA. So people say, well, you know, what makes them the best? Well, here's what I can say. Those two companies are probably the most reputable in the business. And what I mean by that is I would say that they have between a 90 and 95% track record of pumping out legit, authentic pieces of memorabilia or certificates of authenticity to legit pieces of memorabilia. And very few times have they made a mistake. Now, have there been, was there an instance where PSA passed the T206 Gretzky Hannes Wagner? They said it wasn't trimmed, and the guy who had it ended up saying it was trimmed. Yes, that's a whole nother story. But at the end of the day, the people that are working there are human, and everyone makes a mistake. So I would say that overall, they are the best in authenticating memorabilia. And I personally trust them for the most part, that if I send something in or if I buy something with their sign of approval, you have a very high probability that it's an authentic item, other than going to the player themselves and getting them to sign it, which right now you're not going to go see Mickey Mantle. You're not going to go visit Ted Williams, and you're not going to get their signatures. You're not going to see Joe DiMaggio walking down the streets of New York with Marilyn Monroe getting a signature. Not going to happen. So I can say, at least in my opinion, I think as much as PSA and JSA, there have been some mistakes in the past. Overall, I think that they give you a pretty good opinion, and I would say that I trust their opinion for the majority of the time. I wouldn't buy anything without their stamp of approval on it, especially high-end memorabilia. So, last up, if you're on eBay, okay, and you're scrolling through, here's a good one, and you're looking at this Mickey Mantle 8x10 autograph photo, okay, comes with their certificate of authenticity, and you can buy it now for $60, okay? Do not hit that buy it now button, okay? Do not hit that. That's a buy it now button over there. The printer didn't work very well, okay? Do not buy that, okay? That's $60. Mickey Mantle signatures do not cost $60, okay? So I want everyone to use their brain on this, and forgive me if I'm getting a little heated. I just get really annoyed. Use your brain. Mickey Mantle signatures do not cost $60, okay? Just doesn't happen. Look at this one. This is my favorite. Ted Williams, Joe DiMaggio, and Mickey Mantle. The trio signed this photo, okay? And this is from Heroes of the Game. This is down in Miami, Florida, okay? And this is where all these awesome bogus certificates come from, okay? This is the Heroes of the Game memorabilia that I crunched up and threw on the floor, okay? This is for $99.99. So you can buy 3 of the greatest players that ever lived. You can buy their 3 signatures on that piece of paper, okay, on that photograph for $100. Now, that might be the most ridiculous thing that I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay, so if you see that, absolutely do not hit that buy it now button. Do not make an offer. I bet you if you made an offer and they for $50, they'd take it because they just want to pump this shit out. It is absolutely fake. It is useless. I could probably get more money for the piece of paper that I have in my hand than for that photograph. They're printing off photographs, okay? They're printing off photograph after photograph. So once this is done, they're going to print the exact same photograph. They're going to have their hand machine. They're going to either hand sign it by them or they're going to have a machine sign their signatures. The certificate. Sorry, guys, my phone sort of crapped out there. So as I was saying, they're pumping out these photographs one after another. The certificate of authenticity number for this will be the same as the one that they do 5 photos from now, so forth and so on. So really just don't fall into that trap. Lastly, I just want to show you guys a couple things here. If you notice these 2 photos, okay, this Mickey Mantle photo here and this Mickey Mantle photo here, Mantle took a lot of pride in signing his autographs. Now, I'm not talking baseballs, bats, I'm just talking photos right now, and there's an endless amount of other things out there. But if you can see these 2 examples, these are very fluid motions with the pen. There are no stop marks, there are no start and stop marks, there are no manipulations with the pen. These are a fluid signature, all right? Mantle usually always had a loop, not always, as you can see in here, not always, but he always had a well-formed C, all right? And the K had a nice little loop around it, and it always came at a slant. And if you notice, his signatures always sort of had an upswing, no matter here and here had an upswing, okay? So that's just a small little example and something you can kind of take a look at your own. But these other ones here, look at this one, all right? The biggest pointer to find, to determine a lot of times if a mantle is fake is with this right here, all right? M-I looks like Milky Mantle, all right? Mantle always had a well-formed C, all right? That was one of the things. And you can see here, if you looked closely here, if you look closely right in here, and even here, you can see, especially in this one, the stop and start marks with the pen, all right? So, I mean, just take a look at what you're buying, guys. Just be careful out there, and, if it's too cheap or if it's at a really, really too good to be true price, it is too good to be true. So, hope you got some information out of this video, guys. I hope it was informative. Again, this is just my opinion. This is just some of the things that I've noticed over the years because I was duped back in the day on a fake mantle, and I just don't want to see anyone else getting duped on those things and getting taken for a ride, because it does happen. And of course, any signatures, whether it's Williams, whether it's Mays, Hank Aaron, anybody, make sure you do your homework and make sure you get the right authentication and do your own research. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be back at some point soon, hopefully, with something else. But if you guys have any comments about this or your own opinions, let me know. And I will see you guys soon. Enjoy the work week. Take it easy.